A prudent wife. You know what prudence is? Check in your dictionary. A prudent wife. Not just a wife. A prudent wife. A man has to please God to meet such a woman. Meaning a man has to know God. A man has to transact with God to meet that kind of a woman. You can't meet that kind of a woman except it is God. A prudent wife. When you get her, your journey to wealth. When you marry right, 3/4 of your problems are solved by your marriage. But when you marry the wrong way, you owe life 3/4 of the rest of your life. You have scores to settle with life. You have debts to pay. You are owing life 3/4 of your life by marrying wrong. There are women you marry, you can't be. There's a woman you marry, the truth is you will never be rich. If you have to be rich, you have to hide the money. You have to go and buy a house in Kisumu and nobody should know. You have to buy a car and hide it in Kitui. You have 3 taxis in Kitui, but you must ensure there is no trace. There's nothing pointing to the fact that you have a car. You have to live like a sojourner. You have to, and nothing is as painful as secrets that are known to you alone. You have children, but they don't know what you have. You have a wife, you can't tell you have money. Ukiwa na pesa unalala na koti. Hey. A prudent wife is a wife that acts and shows care and thought for your future. Listen, you can't separate a wife from the future. There are women you marry and your future is finished. You will never build a house. You will never buy anything. You will never improve the lives of your brothers and sisters. You will never change your father's compound because you married your own principality. I know a woman that even at the deathbed, a woman that stood between the father and the son. He cornered this guy that even when the guy was released where the guy was working, they ate all the money. The guy got another job. He stopped the guy from relating with his biological father, and the man looked like his father. She squandered this man that when the man was about to die and the mzee came to collect his dying son, the woman took off, gave the old man bones, said, nimekuachia mifupa kula. There's a woman you marry and she'll run away when you are bones. These women you see seated here during the service saying, I shall marry. If once you know her very well and she says, I shall marry while looking at you, open your eyes and say, back to the sender. Open your mouth and shout a very big back to the sender. Because a prudent wife is a wife who thinks the future. You can give her a gift of 100,000. My wife, I just felt I want to be a blessing to you. And after 3 months, she comes back to you and says, you know, I bought some chicken. I tried to do a cage, but what you gave me was not enough. If I only get like another 50,000, in the next 1 year, I will be having this and this and this from the 100,000 that you gave me. My brother, you got a wife. And you know the good news? You can test these girls before you marry them and know whether you are going to mortgage your future or you are going to secure your future. Marriage either saves your future or destroys your future. There are women you marry, you will never have even chicken. Hata ukienda mahali ushikiwe kuku, ukileta hiyo kuku nyumbani ukifunga, ukienda job ukirudi, unasikia harufu fulani. Unasema na ile nilikuwa nataka kufuga ile kuku. Your chicken has met untimely death. There are women who are hazards. There are women who are murderers of wealth, killers of prosperity, anti-prosperity agents, enemies of the future. They bewitch long life. They leave you lean, slim, finished, and grounded. A prudent wife is a future-oriented wife. A wise woman, a judicious woman, an advisable woman, well advised, sensible. A woman that has sense. Only God can give you a woman. Your father can choose for you and make a mistake. Remember, the mistakes you are seeing with your mother are part of his mistakes. So if you allow I didn't say don't allow your father advise you. Your father can advise you and say, my son, okay, according to me, blah, blah, blah. You know, I have to say that carefully because Elder Mike is here with his sons. And they will find the ground to tell, hey, mbuyu bana. Sasa unasikia vile pasi amesema. The old man can advise you and say, my son, don't go this way.
Jehovah, you say it. I trust in you. Say it. Show me how to do it, y'all. In you. I believe. Say it. Say it. I believe you. I trust. Come on. In you. Oh Lord. Come on. Jehovah, you. Where y'all at? Come on. I trust in you. I believe. Say it. I believe. You are the God of miracles.
can we expect? I said, it's your dad. He said, Dad, is it that important? So even the children are watching because they are innocent learners. How do you set your husband's table? Do you dish it out? Some of you have beautiful dishes. You stack them up for Jehovah wickedness people. So come and inherit after the rapture. The same plate your husband has been using to eat since Canada was founded. It's still the same plate. It's old, it's rickety, it's still the same plate. Same set of cutlery. Excuse me, go out and change. Go out and change and buy new sets and change regularly. My husband's seat is different. I'm a pastor's wife. My dining set has 14 chairs. We always have a crowd. My husband's seat is different, and you dare not sit on it. He's a king in this kingdom. He faces his pressures and ministry and all that. So when he comes home, I want him to come to his kingdom, his empire, with expectation. His tension is busting. He's happy. He's looking forward. When last did you receive your husband or welcome him with a bouquet in your hand? At the door. Some of you, your children have taken the places of your husbands. And you keep making sure that children come in between you. Don't finish that meal. It's my husband. That yogurt is for my children. And your husband is wondering. Every time, my children. In 25 years' time, those children will have gone. If they don't go, you will pray, God, please take them. Let them go. Let them go and get married. Please, Lord. And it will be just you and the man. And sometimes you will be lonely, even though you are two. Because you did not build that relationship over the years. So it's important for you to please feed the man correctly. Stop giving him the same meal every day. Learn as a woman. The way you set the table, the way you lay the bed, the way you mix the meals. Be creative. Serve him. Let him know that you have his time. It's important for you to do this. After the man had eaten and drunk. Speaking to you married men. Stop giving your husband same carbohydrates every minute, every day. Think. Sometimes you need to stop watching some of these channels and go learn some things about how to make, food and all that. Serve him correctly. Let your husband feel special. Make him a king in your home. Even if you're not married, you can start learning and prepare for the future. There's no man you treat like a king that will not treat you like a queen. Do your own part and trust God. The fourth thing, when Boaz had eaten, I'm really rushing because of our time and we have evening service. When Boaz had eaten and drunk and his heart was merry. That's the fourth thing. You must constantly make your husband happy. Give him joy. Stop noticing every mistake. Stop nagging. Every time there is a quarrel, every time. When your marriage was 1 year, you will quarrel for 1 week, you won't talk. Now that your marriage is 10 years, it's still the same. When will you grow up? 25 years. You still keep Christian malice. You know Christian malice. How are you? Blessed. Pass the salt. I'm fine. That's Christian malice. We're talking. Am I not talking to you? I'm talking. If the rapture comes. That's not right. Let him be happy. Make him happy. When last did you tickle your husband? When last did you put a little fish in your mouth and he just tiptoed and you came from the back and you put it in his mouth? When last did you do that? You know, sometimes I just move towards my husband and I just tickle him. And he does like that. I say, you are not even a virgin. You know what I'm saying? Just to make him laugh. Just to make him happy. When last did you do that? When last did you pillow your head on your husband's chest while he's watching Arsenal and Barca? When last? You stay in the kitchen for 2 hours. What are you cooking? You can't even come around. That's why as a woman you must improve on yourself. You must know a little about everything. Isn't that your husband and your children are discussing? I see. What did you see? You can't even contribute anything. I see. You don't even know the name of any club. You don't even know. And say, and they say Barcelona. Say, is it the wife of Obama? It's a woman. No man wants an old bride around him. You must keep improving on yourself. Even if you're a great grandmother, you're somebody's wife. And it is your responsibility to make that man happy. Make him laugh. Stop dwelling on all his mistakes. Be happy. Sometimes my husband puts me on his back, you know, and all that. Sometimes I try to put him on my back. He's bigger than me, you know. I just want to call forth the little boy on his inside. Come out. Come and laugh. Come, you know, and all that. I was watching you, your body language. And I said to myself, they are truly happy. If you're happy, you can't hide it. You see some couples. The woman wants to spit it on. Yes. They're always looking straight. What is wrong with you? Why did you get married? Marry your friend. It's not every time you have sex. I've been married 31 years. It goes down after some time. I'm telling you, if your life is based on sex, you've lost it. So there must be other things that will keep the marriage going. As the man ages, the generator is also... It's true. When we're newly married, you could have sex 4 times a day. In the kitchen, in the bathroom, anyhow, anywhere. That's why I always tell couples, when you're newly married, don't let anybody interfere, because you need to bond. It will tell in the evening of your marriage. It will tell in later years. Sex is like the water that mixes the sand and the cement in building. So you must have it anywhere. It doesn't have to be initiated by the man. It's a sign of immaturity to say, until my husband, I don't want to appear cheap. Excuse me, you are living in Stone Age. It's your husband, it's your marriage. Because some of us we have African backgrounds. You don't want to say, I want sex. Okay, let me teach you what to say. As you are serving, maybe you're serving his food or something, just whisper to him in case the children are there. I want a flight to Jerusalem tonight. The man understands. Or you say to him, tonight, I'd like you to make deposit without withdrawal. He knows what we're talking about. Coin your own language. Coin your own language. Hallelujah. Why are you laughing? Be spiritual now. Be spiritual. So, the man's heart was merry. Make your husband happy. You determine, you dictate the mood of your marriage. As a woman, it's